Hi and welcome back to Gourmet Glenn's Country Kitchen. Now, as you know, it's getting darker in the mornings, darker evenings, and it's getting colder. So I'm going to make a wonderful vegetarian pie today. But you can add bacon, chicken bits, ham, gammon to this dish, but otherwise today, straightforward vegetarian we're going to do. I've cheated today, well not necessarily cheated, it was going for £1, short crust pastry. Or if you want to make your own, half fat to flour, a little bit of cold water, blend it together so it looks like a dough, put it in the fridge for a little while and then roll it out and put it into your greased pie dish, which I've already done. I've greased the pie dish, as you can see, and I've got some short crust pastry here. I'm going to literally turn it over like that. If you've got some bits over, we're not going to bake this blind. I've got the oven on 200. Push that all in. So the oven's on 200. I've boiled up some potatoes, but I'll tell you about those in a minute. I'm just going to stab that a few times. I don't know why, but I fancy doing that. And then we're just going to cut around. This is Homity Pie. It's like a garlic potato pie. I know I keep going with potatoes, but they really do fill you up and keep you warm. Now this leftover pastry, if you've got some children, give it to them to make some little bits and pieces up, like some jam tarts or something. It doesn't go to waste. We can use that later on. Make an apple pie. So there's my pie. I'm going to put this in the fridge now. So that's going to go off into the fridge. Slice some onions up already. Just to show you again how we do this. What we do, because we're going to have sliced onions, I'll take the root out and then roll the knife so you get your lovely half rounds. Take the stalk out, roll it, turn it over so you don't get. And we're going to put a leek in this as well. So I've cut the leek in half. I've washed it to make sure there's no soil in there. There's nothing worse than a mouthful of grit halfway through your dinner, especially if you've got guests over as well. And we're going to do some leeks. Now you could use spinach. You could, if you don't like this at all, you don't have to put any at all. You could have a go at putting some peppers in as well. And what I've done, I've got a pan on the go, at the back, behind me. And what we're going to do is fry these off. So put them into here. Up, we're going to temperature a little bit. We're going to sprinkle a little bit of nutmeg over that, a bit of salt, pepper. Let's see if we can. That there, beautiful that does. Let it calm to temperature a little bit. Now throw away the stalks of the onions. We're going to put some garlic. Got those ones garlic crushers. A nice bit of garlic, because it is a garlicky pie really. So we'll put some. These don't work very good, do they? Maybe I should put some more in. What I might do. Oh, sometimes it's quite good fun if you put a whole piece in, because when someone gets that bit, have a bit of a shock. You can use smoked garlic in here if you'd like to, or just the fresh. The jumbo garlic, have you ever seen jumbo garlic? That is just absolutely amazing. It's so large, that's gorgeous. I think that's as much as I can get out of this. Squeeze that. Cut that off actually. as you can see, all the onions, the leeks, the garlic and the nutmeg have all softened down. And then we're going to take it back to the table where I've just taken the pie out of the fridge. The idea of putting it into the fridge is so the pastry doesn't shrink when it goes into the oven. I cooked some potatoes earlier, about 15-20 minutes. That's obviously depending on the size of your potatoes. If they're small, they're going to cook quicker, so you need to, when they get to a certain, you're having a little look, put your knife in, they're going easy, get them turned off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roughly cut some of these potatoes, and they're going to go into the mixture. I don't care if they're big ones, little ones, some as big as your head, just like the coconuts. So there we go, put them all in there. And if I just, excuse me a minute, well I've just had the fan on, so it's got ever so hot in here. I've had one of my hot flushes, so I'm just going to turn the fan off. Oh yeah, thank gosh for that, didn't they? Don't worry about the dog. The dog's just about to eat the postman. He does it on a daily thing. And as you can tell, then we are live. We're in our country kitchen. My manager's about to have the baby, and the dog's just eating the postman. It's quite fun today. What we're going to do is put them all toss it all together, and we're going to let this cool down. So now it's cooled down. We've had it in the fridge for about, not the fridge, on the side for about 10 minutes, and literally now I'm just going to pour it into the pastry case. The pastry case could have been left just a bit longer in the fridge, but as I'm trying to show you what we're up to, so that looks like I said, this is a vegetarian pie, but if you wanted to add some meat to it, there's nothing stopping you adding some meat to it at all. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple of, well, I'm just going to put a little knob of butter on that. This is butter, vegetarian butter, put all that. Cream. Now some vegetarians do and some vegetarians don't. I'm going to put some cream on this all over. So if you're a vegetarian that doesn't, you might want to just use milk. If you don't, you might use a bit of soya. Like that. I'm going to sprinkle a bit of parsley. I'm using some dry parsley today. I did pop to the farm shop, and I thought to myself, I met a friend of mine who actually owns a greengrocer's. So when I see you next time, I'm going to go to the greengrocer's, my friend's greengrocery, and have a look at all his produce, because you must use our local greengrocers and farm shops if you can, because you know it just lasts a lot longer. A lovely bit of cheddar cheese on there. I'll come back to that in a little while. So I've got some lovely cheddar cheese on there now, and literally now into the oven for about 30 minutes. Or just look at it, you know it's all soft. Just look, see what you think. 30 minutes, 180 to 200. For everybody with gas, I'm going to put it onto, it's on the website, the recipe. And it's just going to cook. I'll see you again in a minute. About 30-35 minutes has gone by. Homity pie is ready. Now, how does that look? Garlic, cheese, cream. Now, proof's in the pudding, as I always say. Do that. How's this for a cold night? Back from work. Got the pastry, potatoes, onions, leeks. Like I said, if you did want to put some meat in there, you could. What I'm serving it with today is some braised red cabbage. Gotta get my spoon. I've got my spoon. Braised red cabbage. So I've sliced the red cabbage up, and I've put some Ribena into the, as I've sweated it down, I put some Ribena in there, and then I put it in the oven for about 20 minutes. But before I put it in the oven, I put a spoonful of my own homemade blackberry jam. in there to bring on. And like I said, if you could smell it, it'd be lovely. So there's Homity Pie. Homity Pie with some braised red cabbage. And I'll see you next time on Gourmet Glenn's Country Kitchen.